So welcome to the Halo World Championships 2018 finals. It's so great to have you here. I just want to start off by saying not many people may know this, but 10 years ago this month you made your Halo debut at MLG Meadowlands, I believe. Talk me through about that event.
It was my first event. I had to have my brother take me there because I was too young, and my family didn't really approve. They're just like, "Why are you traveling for like a video game?" But like if you look at it now. 2016, I got second. Like ever since that event, my parents give me no more problems. Like, "Oh, you're going to a tournament. Good luck. Can I come?" I'm like, "Nope, sorry."
I like it. I like it. So they appreciate now your career path.
Yep.
And of course, that team was called Under the Pressure,
yeah.
which is quite an interesting name considering now we're here at the World Championship Finals 2018, $1 million on the line. How are you and your team gonna overcome the pressures of a tournament this big?
Honestly, the big thing is just have fun and act like it's not for that much money. My biggest thing is I was in track in high school, and I was like a New York State championship runner, and that was a lot of pressure. So like I feel like all my nerves got out of my body because of that. I got nervous almost every race, and like every time I go to a tournament now, I'm never nervous anymore. But I think track definitely helped me like be used to the pressure.
And of course, you guys used to be Fira. You're now Elevate, and of course, an org doesn't make you the best in the world, but it certainly helps with the run to coming to a competition like this. How is that going to play to your advantage now you're with Elevate?
They just support us more, I guess, just to make sure you have everything you need. Fira, like I want to give them a shout out too, but it was like a last second thing, and Elevate's more like a a more well-known org and well-established, I guess. But yeah.
And of course, you were here last year, but 2016. You guys got top 4, a fantastic achievement. How are you going to reach the same heights this year?
Just to make sure we actually do what we did in practice, fix all our mistakes. Last tournament we actually played like pretty average. I personally didn't play as well as I did in Orlando. Orlando, I think I had one of my better tournaments, and Columbus I came up short. Game 5, we lost 2 Game 5s, Renegades and Oxygen, but just to make sure we close out this time.
And obviously, you said you lost the 2 games. Have you guys practiced enough to make sure that this time you can seal the deal, you get that win?
Yeah, our biggest problem was the communication during the end of the games got too hectic, and it lost us 1 Game 5. We just didn't know where anyone was because we were just yelling stuff. So I was just like, guys, make sure next time, like even if it's the end of the game, like calm communication, and then we'll win.
How are you guys practicing, and how are you preparing to take on perhaps different playstyles around different regions?
Just to know, I think the foreign guys definitely play a little too fast, so we take advantage of that. Just like wait for them to like make a mistake basically, and then like the new meta now is like Splice. They just like fly everywhere. They take advantage of situations rather than just like playing like the smart strategic Halo. Like if they have like one person weak, they just all go at the same time. It's smart, but play like them more.
And of course, you've been here 3 times before. You're used to Halo. This experience to you is something that you're used to. It's your career path. For everybody watching at home who is hoping to get to the same level as you one day, do you have any advice to give them?
I would just say make sure you play every day, just grind, but actually focus on fixing your mistakes. Like you should know what your weakness is, and on top of that, like playing with people you enjoy playing with. That's the biggest thing. Like, having good chemistry, it just makes the game more fun, and then you learn together.
I like it. Thank you so much for joining me and talking to me. I'm really looking forward to playing, and good luck for the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the words from the mouth of L-Town, talking about his history, talking about what this tournament needs and what he wants to achieve at this Halo World Championship Finals. Fantastic stuff from Lottie once again. Tell us a little bit, Andy, about your experiences of L-Town and what he brings to the table for this Elevate team.
Yeah, I actually got to know Sal back in the days of Halo Reach. We spent a lot of time together at some of the Kobe lands in Northern California where we had some pretty intense pool basketball matches, let me tell you. And the guy can hit some serious threes, which are different in a pool. It's a very specific skill set you need. Very different.
It's very, very true. Well, this is going to be our final match of the night. It is going to be Team Envious taking on Elevate. Both teams currently sat at 1-0 in their pools, winning the games they maybe would have expected to win. We saw EnVy take down Vex pretty comfortably here on the main stage a little bit earlier today, and of course Elevate took down Team Immunity from Australia as well. Now we're looking ahead to this match. This is a big match. This is a kind of a statement match here. If EnVy win this one comfortably, then they're going to solidify that #1 spot. However, in the build-up to this event, EnVy have been putting in some very strong online performances, and it would not be a surprise to me to see them maybe elongate this series and potentially take it away.
Yeah, these two teams, so excited to see them. This is finally the North American matchup you've been waiting for in Group D. Game number 1 going to be capture the flag on Fathom.
This is going to be our final match of the night, so make some noise, Seattle, for these two teams as we start this one off with the man we were talking about, one half of the G Fuel key player matchup. It's going to be L-Town.
All right, taking a look at a cross. Railgun is already in the hands of Boo, and Sayan already has the camo, so quite a start here for EnVy off the break. That camo grab was right away at 49.
Yeah, it's going to be Sayan with the camo. We're going to stay on board with L-Town, though, at the moment, as he's trying to maybe hunt down that player, try and get some eyes on him, stop that push, and they've done a good job. Actually, Sayan has fallen here, so you're going to see L-Town now flanking these players. The Railgun bottom middle doesn't get the charge on it, takes Boo down to no shields, but Boo confidently challenges, taking down L-Town, and that kill is going to be followed up by a kill from his teammate Trippy.
Very confident indeed, and I love seeing plays like that. We saw it from Mikwin and the Reciprocity crew, right? Even when you're weak, even when you're low shields, popping out, getting the kills you know you can get, and look at this EnVy here with their first flag run of the game.
Yeah, kill's going to be traded as well. You can see it's going to be up to Sayan as well to take down L-Town. L-Town trying to make a play, but there's just too many bodies in front of him. Trippy's going to bring this one through, and just like that, within a minute of the game starting, we have the first flag on the board, and it's in the hands of the boys in blue.
Yes, indeed. EnVy looking very strong. Like you said, off the first minute, what it was for them, not bad at all, and they are able to convert the first flag that they pull already, so very great objective efficiency from the side of EnVy as well.
Yeah, incredibly impressive. As you say, that objective efficiency. Every time they get a kill, they're moving up the map. When they get those kills in consecutive waves, then they pull that objective and they get it back. Fantastic efficiency. And now Sayan is looking for blood. You can see him set up top mid at the moment, putting shots down left, right, and center. But you can see his teammates dropping here, and what Sayan's doing by backing up, allowing his teammates to get off the respawn, not giving away too much map control, and hitting some perfect shots on Suspector as well.
Yeah, not phased by that light rifle from Suspector. Great shots. You notice though that he did get a player L-Town weak all the way back in the engine. They actually still haven't taken him down. So I like what I'm seeing though on the side of Elevators. They're able to kind of get behind their opponents. If they can keep that up, they're going to put some flags on the board.
Arctic's up top middle here. He's trying to get back to top middle because that camo is about to pop as well. That should be coming up in the next 5 seconds or so. So be interesting to see if any players from EnVy can get in position to maybe challenge that one. You can see his teammates falling around him. Arctic manages to get the camo away and now backing up. But look at the hunt coming in from Team EnVy. They know where he is. He's getting lit up. If he can stay alive through this would be a big play. But no, Trippy hunts him down and takes down Arctic.
I love how they took their time with that camo, right? They didn't throw as many nades as they could, as fast as they could front door. Instead, they waited, made sure they got the right nade. Even though they were taken down, they make sure to take the camo out of the game.
So, gonna find Booba Dooba here. That's that railgun. Saw the confidence from Booba Dooba before, but confidence now from L-Town hitting those perfect shots. 2 dead here for the guys on Elevate, 2 dead on the other side of Envious as well. So these battles going to be pretty key on the map, but they seem to be happening on the Elevate side of the map. So defensive plays from Elevate. Now we're going to see Envious maybe push up.
Yeah, checking in the kills category right now. It's going to be the guys on EnVy outslaying their opponents, but not by a big margin. They're outslaying them 22-20 right now.
Pistola with the stickies finds Sabinator to take him down. A beautiful little post shot. You were talking about hitting those 3 throws in the pool, but Pistola's hitting them here on Fathom as well.
That's what Pistola does best, right? I mean, you can rely on this guy to do anything and everything that's needed to win a game. I've had a pleasure and privilege of coaching him throughout the year, specifically in Halo 3. I mean, this guy is a powerhouse. Anyone who's watched competitive Halo knows it. He is capable of turning the tide of entire games.
Yeah, you are going to see the flag pulled here, but all the teammates of L-Town do drop here. So you wouldn't be surprised to see L-Town be taken down as well. Does miss the beatdown, but in a difficult situation there. A trade would have been pretty much the best potential situation for him to come out of that battle with.
Yeah, triple kill off screen, by the way, for Trippy. Railgun in 15, active camo in 30.
Booba now is who we're going to hop on board with. 2 kills falling for Envious. Now you see the push coming in and timing it as well. If they can pick up a couple of kills here, those power-ups are coming up as well, Andy. So if they can get this flag pull out, not only have the guys on Elevate got to concern themselves with the flag being moved, obviously that camo and railgun also going to be a huge distraction from them. They have to make some great decisions, but great shots are coming in from Booba now as he takes down Sabinate.
Yeah, that flag's going to keep running, but there is a camo popping top mid now, so curious how that's going to impact this finishing of the run.
Slola running this one in, smartly waits for those grenades to come in. Trippy, being a bodyguard, does get some kills, but 2 kills fall across the board, and there is an Elevate player desperately trying to get in. Has the railgun as well. Booba gets the help, but the flagpole doesn't come in. It doesn't come in, and they get the second flag on the board here. Team Envious double their lead.
Big stuff from Sam, but we got to talk about Trippy right now. He is leading the game in kills. He is 12-7 and still has that rail in hand.
Trippy now with that railgun. Trying to scope out top middle. Must have had a call out there from a teammate. There was an elevate player hovering about that position. Now he's got it in this power position. You can see there will be a player here. Sabernator on the porch. Beautiful shot to take down Sabernator as he just poked up above that porch. Going to be a second player here, thrusts away, staying out of that railgun, and great shots there from L-Town to take him down, but Trippy doing what he had to do there, being in a position to put those shots down, and he was putting that railgun to use.
It looks like we're going to see that live right will fall bottom middle, so that'll be out of play for just a second, but flag run is coming here once again. L-Town, by the way, has a rail off screen though, so he's going to want to put this to use.
L-Town now takes down Pistola, 2 full here for EnVyUs. Railgun in their hands, and oh my word, if he would have hit that shot, that would have been huge because the flag would have kept moving. And now look at the kill feed. That's how smaller margins there are in these particular games at this high level between these teams. If L-Town gets that kill there, that may well have been a conversion, but now Pistola hopping on that return. It's going to be back at home, and the game stays at 2-0.
And Boo Boo Doo, you might have seen it in the kill feed, back-to-back double kills, only about a minute apart. And if you have a teammate who's getting double kills, keeping them on spawn time and time again, it's going to be such a big difference maker. That's why we're here 2-0 in favor of EnVy. 25 seconds or so till the next camouflage. The railgun going to be coming up as well. So we've seen a lot of EnVyUs kills at the moment going down. Let's actually jump into a listening now with EnVyUs. They're dominating the map. Let's see if their comms are lining up as well. Let's jump into a listening with the boys in blue.
Guy in our tree. I think there's a guy in our tree. Our big door. Small door, one shot. Small door, one shot.
Camo goes. 43. One dead. Our pit. I saw him on radar.
Yeah, there's 2 in our flag. There's 2 in our flag.
I'm going back to our porch. I have camo their pit. They're throwing it out. Can we get to the base? Get our whole pool. Our porch, so Tommy. Our porch, their wall.
Top middle, guys. Our blue pit behind you, Jesse.
I have camo, one shot.
He's just sitting there with rail.
Guy in front of you. Our porch behind you, Tommy. Nice, bottom middle. We didn't let them map that. Fine. So Tommy,
oh my god. Where's he? Jesse, where's he?
Bottom middle. And they're from base. They're jump up.
Watch our silo spawn.
There you go. Pushing up.
Jump up, one shot. To the jump up.
I got the one shot.
Nice. Go.
Pushing up.
I'm going
silo. I'm going top
porch. Their silo. Our silo.
Their porch is weak.
Where are you going?
They're engine right now weak.
They did the porch.
Pushing in. We have
Porch. Our silo. He's their nades. Blue nades.
Pushing in.
Blue nades. You're by yourself, Joe.
Watch the wall.
So despite some very strategic camo plays there from Boo Boo, very patient, you hear him listening to his teammates, we do see Elevate put a flag on the board there on set.
Yeah, and Sabernator just embarrassed him as well. A couple of missed shots will make him play. As you say though, Andy, a flag on the board now for Elevate. We're going to see Saiyan pushing up aggressively with that tac mag as well. Trying to land a grenade, does get hit ticks as well, so going to know that player is weak, and having this tac mag set up on this silo area is so dangerous. Obviously you have that increased range on the pistol. You really can lay down those shots, especially when you have that flag on the move.
Right now having to jump and hop around some grenades that are targeted towards the tree, and he actually will get taken down by Suspector, so very good counter there from the Elevate side as they're going to be able to push out on their silo now.
Yeah, and the impressive thing for me from Elevate, that's the second time we've seen an individual battle being won by one of them. The first one against Boo Boo Doo Boo, the second one there against Saiyan. 2 players who you associate with winning the majority of their 1v1s.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be another battle here. Trippy doesn't actually trade that one out. Suspector might feel a little bit underwhelmed by that situation, but Trippy will be happy with it. Now he's dropping those grenades for that jump up, and now we're going to see once again the camo and the railgun popping, Andy.
That's right, camo's in 10 seconds, and man, how difficult would it be? Pistola just pops up top mid with a rail and hits you. You're immediately half shield the second he hits you with one zoomed shot. Such great play from him, but this is a very different game now because only a 1 flag lead and not as comfortable as EnVy wants to be. Elevate can easily take this as that camo is going to be grabbed by Boo Boo and Saiyan with the rail.
Yeah, not for the first time. We're going to see Boo Boo Doo Boo with the camo. Saiyan now with the railgun. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. EnVy do not have to cap a flag. They have that lead. However, Elevate, they have to make the push, and it's going to be so much more difficult when they don't have that power up. They don't have that power weapon. So expect to see Saiyan play this one smart, play this one safe. He's just going to be looking for kills here, Andy, and just keeping Elevate at bay.
Yeah, you see, still has 1 teammate dead, so right now just trying to stay alive in tree, not looking to do anything crazy, necessarily push in an enemy base. Right now just waiting to get some support from teammates, but it's not coming.
3 drop in consecutive kills here for the guys on Team EnVy. Elevator pushing in. Here comes the push from L-Town and Suspector as well. The flag's on the move. And with L-Town set up here looking for these respawners, it looks like they just cannot locate these players from EnVy to pick up the kills. But Sabernator with the railgun will pick up 1. Arctic picks up a second. Can they get a touch on this flag? They can. Last player alive is on the porch.
Yes, I don't know how he's not getting shot right now. He's able to get away, and I think they're going to get this cap. We're going to see a tie game, folks.
Sabernator puts that one in, and Elevate tie-up game. #1 of the series now. They were down by 2-0. They roar back into this one. We now are tied up at 2-2.
So I have to say, very great rotations of slaying from Elevate. They had 3 dead for a second, and they needed a few more slays, and they got them, and then they ran the flag. So great patience and discipline from the Elevate side.
But here comes the push here. Saiyan immediately picked up that kill, immediately put the gas on, pushed into the base. That's going to be 3 players fall in now for Elevate. Smiley waits for his shield. The thrust slide comes in. He's going to fly across the map. But look, they have to get this return. Going to throw this one into Boo Boo Doo Boo. Immediately goes for the return. Perfect flag play there from Saiyan. And look at this. Going to finish it off as well. EnVy answer back and take the first game 3-2.
He is a one-man objective show, folks. He'll run the flag all the way through bottom mid, toss it in the window, drop down to return, and then get the cap himself. Fantastic result for EnVy in game number 1.
Yeah, fantastic play. And you talk about the ability to make quick decisions in a game. Saying at the end there, we talk about how good he is at winning those individual battles, how much of a solid Slayer type player he is, but look at what he just did at the end. Decided to run that flag, wait for his shields, hit the thrust slide perfectly, threw the flag in, immediately went for the return, and then went for the cap himself. But Andy, here is the scoreboard from the last game. Trippy, big performance from him.
Yeah, Trippy and Boo Boo, your standout players there. 22, 14, and 17, and 19, 13, and 13, respectively. Great work from them, but you saw right at the end of the match there, as we see L-Town and crew kind of talking, you could tell there's some frustration on their side as they got that second flag in. That was certainly their game to win after they got that second cap in, but EnVy just looked a bit too strong at the end of the game. They're going to take game number 1.
Yeah, they will take game number 1, and that's strong stuff from EnVy. A little bit of a worry for them in the middle of that map, and one thing we have worried about with EnVy as far as, you know, winning tournament, we put them in that conversation, is sometimes they can look a little bit shaky at times. They do close out some games, but not in the dominant fashion that we have seen maybe from some of the other teams in that top 4 so far. For example, the way that we saw Reciprocity play against Oxygen Supremacy. I would argue, of course, in my opinion, that Elevate are a stronger team on paper than Oxygen Supremacy. However, there's always that question mark. I just feel like if EnVy get put down in a series or in a game, they do struggle to answer back sometimes.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that here, and maybe sometimes we talked about it earlier, kind of shaking off the nerves, right? There's a lot of tournament teams that are championship teams that even when they come into a tournament, you might see shaky game 1s or shaky series 1s from them, but this is the day to do it. Get those nerves out on Friday because there's a whole lot more Halo to play on Saturday and Sunday.
There is always more Halo to play, and EnVy and Elevate will be looking to make a deep run into this tournament. Our game number 2 is loading up in the background. It's going to be Slayer on Plaza, and then the man who had a huge game in our game number 1 is going to be Trippy, so we're going to reward him with the first POV of the game.
Let's go ahead and see that. Overshield still up, several players near it, and I think it's going to be a Pistola burn right at 47, so that Overshield will be out of play, and Trippy now with the sniper rifle, and we know this guy can do some disgusting things with this weapon.
Lifts up here, player is going to land a beatdown and actually gets the kill as well, so Suspector managed to get away with his life and the sniper rifle. That play there from Suspector, a huge one, because look at this kill scoreboard at the moment. 3 kills in the hands of Elevate. On the other side, just the 2, but having this positional advantage with this power weapon, expect to see that extend very, very quickly.
And you get a big added bonus when Trippy doesn't have a sniper rifle in his hands either, right? I mean, that was going to spell disaster, so Suspector knew he had to collapse and shut that down immediately.
Teammates are pushing up on the map at the moment. Boo Boo Doo Boo does get the first kill on Arctic in that team fight, but L-Town trading that out is going to mean that Suspector has the opportunity to maybe still hang back and hit those shots. If it becomes a 4v3 situation for much longer than that, I would expect Suspector to come under a bit more pressure, but maybe should have hit that shot on top yellow. Yeah,
right there. Savenator luckily able to close that. Now we're starting to see Elevate gain some steam, picking up 2 big kills. Next Overshield is not for another minute, so this team is going to need to control the map just a little bit longer here.
Going to come under pressure here, and Trippy does get his sniper rifle back, so good job from EnVy there, although Elevate did have the map advantage. They didn't manage to get away with the game too much. Just a 1-kill game at this stage.
I have to say, pretty surprising that he was able to bring the sniper rifle into glass and immediately gets collapsed from driveway and loop, right? 3 players are on him immediately. You have to wonder if he had just hung back at snipe, if we would have seen a different result from that battle.
Yeah, I think he's trying to force those snipe spawns there with that rotation. He saw there was some teammates towards the yard. By pushing back towards the yard, he's obviously hoping for those bottom snipe lift spawns, set up with that sniper rifle, easy headshots on anyone that's popping up, but Obviously, those kills that went down to EnVy made that so much more difficult for him to do. And now, look at the pressure that Trippy's coming under. Somehow stays alive, gets the kill on Arctic as well, and is surviving. His teammates are swarming. Trippy comes back out, picks up the second, and gets the killing spree as well.
That overshield did just pop. It's going to be a grab for Suspector bottom middle, so Trippy does able to get those kills. They burn the overshield as well. I don't know how Trippy stayed alive through that whole engagement, folks. That was amazing. He stayed alive in a 1v2 in Hotel and is able to help with the overshield battle. Big stuff from Trippy.
Yeah, importance of staying alive. There's a perfect example of it. Turning a bad situation into essentially a 3-kill swing for his team. Tied up at 13 all at the moment, so that overshield's going to be out of commission. L-Town going to be taken down here, and this power position up on S4, Andy, such a vital thing to hold down. You get so many lines of sight across the map, and Trippy is playing this one textbook at the moment.
Yeah, you see Trippy right there communicating with a teammate about that sniper rifle, and nades are coming in as well because that sniper rifle's popping. Next overshield's not for another minute, but by the way, Trippy leading this game in kills as well. He's 6-2 right now.
Sniper rifle here. Look at the push, though, coming in from Elevate. They understand how important it is to not let a player like Trippy, any of the players, to be honest, on Team EnVyUs, get that in their hands, but the push seems to be a counter push coming in now. Boo Doo Boo works well with L-Town. Sorry, to take down L-Town, using the help of Trippy. Boo Doo Boo picks up another one now, and a 4-kill lead has appeared now for EnVyUs. The sniper rifle in their hands as well, and it looks like instead of what we saw from Suspector, Trippy's now hanging back, like you suggested, looking for some of these picks off the respawns.
Yeah, I mean, this is really where you want to be at home with the sniper rifle. It lets you force the specific sight lines that the players on your team are going to be comfortable with. Somehow we knew that was going to happen. Lines up a shot on the garbage truck. They maintain their 4-kill lead here. Fantastic stuff with Trippy. We said you do not want to let this man get the sniper rifle.
Yeah, Trippy reading minds there. Knew that player was popping around the corner, bottom mid. Hit the blainer as well. 21-15. Pistola with the double is just going to open up this lead here for EnVyUs. And with the positioning they have on the map, with the weapons they have in their hands, this is starting to get out of hands very, very quickly for Elevate.
This is what I wanted to see Elevate do. When Suspector pushed over to Glass, I would have much rather seen them try to go for the traditional snipe hold and force those Cafe Flowers yard loop spawns. Instead, they brought, and look at it, Trippy watching his own back as well. Fantastic cleanups all around. It was just tied at 13, and now it's 27-15.
I want to go over to the point of view of Pistola at the moment. I know that Trippy's got this sniper rifle, but all I'm seeing in the kill feed is Pistola doubles, Pistola sticks, and Pistola perfects. I hope that I don't jinx him too much at the moment, as obviously Trippy hits a blainer, but now Pistola going to be moving towards the hotel. He seems to be forcing these engagements on Elevate and surviving and picking up kills.
And we have to say now 3 players tied with most kills on the EnVy side. Trippy there with 8, Boo Boo with 8, Pistola right there as well, and that whole team has really stepped it up here.
Yeah, unfortunately Pistola, I cursed you. I'm sorry, my friend. Was taken down. Trippy still has a few shots of sniper rifle left. I believe that Booba Dooba did actually manage to get the last overshield as well. So
yeah, 39.
That's going to help EnVyUs, obviously, maybe extend this lead even more. 11 kills the difference between these two teams, but it shows what a quick run like that can do. If you drop 2, 3, 4 players in concession, get them on that respawn, you're always looking to extend your lead more than 5 or 6 kills.
That is, I'm surprised, 6 kills in a row, though, for the guys on Elevate there. So this game is not over yet. It was just right about 30 to 15, now 30 to 21. So a good run here for Elevate to stay in this match.
Yeah, big time of the game here coming up for Elevate. That 6-minute mark, you're going to see the overshield coming up. You're going to see the sniper rifle respawning as well. So we talk about team fights, Andy. For some people who might be watching Halo for the first time, explain what the 4v4 situation and a team fight can achieve before a big round of power weapons and power-ups comes up on the map.
Sure. First of all, welcome. So glad you're joining us here for this last match of the evening, day 1 of the Halo World Championship. But we're going to have the overshield coming up in 17 seconds. Onset, at this moment is when you do not want to be dying, because you are not going to be in position by the time overshield comes up. And right now, these kills are going to lead to who gets that power-up.
Yeah, and at the moment, it looks like control is in the hands of Elevate. So they won that battle. We saw Arctic win a battle. Now you're going to see Arctic moving in for that overshield. Drops down onto the umbrella.
No, needs to stay alive
as well. But Saiyan has managed to get the plasma pistol. So this could be huge. If he can finish off this kill on Arctic, he is going to do so. That's going to open up the map. Moves towards top middle. Booba Dooba picks up another. The team fight is won by EnVy, and it's going to reward them with the overshield.
Man, that is a big, big overshield grab, and it's very unfortunate for the side of Elevate, because you just saw they were only about 5 kills down. Now that lead is slipping away, and now you have Saiyan with a sniper with quite a few bullets and overshield as well as snipe. They're going to be very comfortable here.
Saiyan trying to clean up this kill Stola started, hits one body shot. Arctic going to be taken down to no shields as well. Trippy cleans that one up. Now you're going to see the swarm come in as Trippy picks up a 10-kill lead here for Team EnVyUs. With the sniper rifle still in hand, if Saiyan hits a few more shots, this game is pretty much done.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is what you want to see if you're on the EnVy side. They just turned a 4-kill lead into a 12-kill lead pretty darn quick here as they're up 39-27. Saiyan hits the double as well.
Beautiful shot there from Saiyan for the double kill. Just 10 kills to go now. Make it 9 as Booby trades out a kill. Rotating around the map so well, and I like what I saw from him. He had a teammate around him on that blue door, around the yard area, decided to put that sniper rifle away for just a moment, use his pistol to help his teammate finish off that kill. Now they have them on a respawn in blue.
Oh my
Hits
gosh.
a beautiful grenade there for the killing spree. Just 8 kills to go now, and with 2 bullets to work with for Saiyan. He's hitting headshots, and I'm expecting him to maybe pop a couple more.
Jeez, that is tactical. Hits the body shot, lines up the grenade perfectly off the wall, just eliminating opponents one by one. Next overshield, by the way, in 33 seconds or so, may or may not be a big factor towards the end of the game.
Suspected trying to clean up this kill here. The grenade does go down. Stola is going to make him pay, though. Trades out that kill. That's one you may be expecting Suspected to win. Saiyan looking for no scopes. Uses his pistol instead to finish off the kill on L-Town. 5 kills to go here for EnVyUs. With a light rifle in hand, he's going to be able to do so much damage on these players across map.
Overshield's in 10. If we see EnVy grab it, that really should be the end of the match. Elevate could try to get a last-ditch effort, but they don't look like they're in position at all.
No, they don't. We talk about the team fight, and the moment Elevate aren't in position, you can see players from EnVy on the snipe side of the map. They have control of posters. They have control, and with Saiyan just laying down these shots with the light rifle. 3 falling consecutively here for Elevate. Last player taken down by Trippy. Just 1 more kill to go.
And Trippy's going to get that overshield as well, so this is a certain guaranteed victory. He's going to peek into yard here, probably find something, gets green gun. They're going to probably collapse on Saiyan. That's going to do it. Game number 2 will go to EnVyUs as well.
Incredible performance from EnVyUs, looking incredibly strong in that game number 2. The thing that impressed me the most there, Andy, from that team was the amount of control that they had on the map. Every time that a weapon was coming up, they were putting themselves in great positions to win those team fights. And then when they were getting hold of the power-ups, they weren't overextending too much. They were still playing methodically enough to make sure those kill leads were being extended in the most efficient manner.
Yeah, we talk about Trippy. We've been talking about him all series. He puts up fantastic numbers in this game. 14 and 5 from him on a Plaza Slayer.
Yeah, as we said, the other side of our G Fuel player matchup, and you know, he's performing incredibly well in this series, you have to say. First game, he had a great performance. Second game there, putting in big performances. And I have to say, when Saiyan and Trippy were picked up on this EnVyUs team, they were always the question marks for me. Could they raise their game to that level? But could they become championship caliber players? To be honest with you, from what I've seen the last couple of events, I mean, you have to say yes.
Yes, indeed. They're looking so strong. And keep in mind, the EnVyUs roster, one of the rosters here at the Halo World Championship Finals, where it's a good example of a team we haven't seen the most of yet. If you look at this team on paper, I think people are expecting them to absolutely be a championship caliber team, right? Not just top 4, but a team that can contend for top 2 and that you will see fighting deep into Sunday.
Yeah, I think the only problem they've had so far, I mentioned it earlier, was some of their consistency across the tournament. We've seen them back in Orlando. They swept Tox aside. You know, no one had done that at that point. It was almost shocking to see.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We were just like, what's just happened in this game? And that's the kind of level they can play to. I think they've got an incredibly high skill ceiling. When they're playing at their best, they're almost impossible to beat. But unfortunately, that best only comes around so often in the tournament.
I got to talk to the guys earlier today, just talking about how they feel coming into this tournament, right? Is this the new and an improved EnVyUs, even better than we saw in Orlando and Columbus? And the first thing they talked about, right, is, you know, there were some wacky brackets in Columbus, right? They only lost to Splice that tournament.
Yeah.
So you have to think that they're looking past that. They're looking to make a statement here at the finals.
Well, what other way to make a statement than closing out a series against the next strongest team in your pool with a 3-0. Game number 3 is about to start. This could be the last game of the night. It's going to be Saiyan from Team EnVyUs who starts this one up, moving towards that railgun.
All right, going to see exactly how these weapons and power-ups fall off the break. I believe we do still have camo up. No, Pistola actually with a very, very quick and early grab, folks. That happened right at 52, so essentially as early as you can grab the camo. They got both the camo and rail at the exact same second on the clock mark.
Look at this, just milking this Stronghold. He's going to be actually shut down, though. Great job there from Elevate, making sure that at least they take one of those power-ups out of the hand. Saiyan desperately trying to stay alive. Lovely movement from him to the outside of the map around the tower side here to keep hold of that railgun. And we talked about how impressive it was when Trippy stayed alive earlier in that Slayer game. Now we're seeing it from Saiyan, and that is the difference sometimes between these two teams.
What I like here, EnVy, you're kind of watching them get scored on right now, but take a look at this. Saiyan and a teammate here, they're just kind of chilling back at basement. They're not panicking, right? They can let their opponents go up by 10 points here. It's really the sign of a veteran team to know that you can get the kills just like this in the perfect order. He's going to get a triple, and now they're going to be able to set up. Beautiful stuff from Saiyan.
Saiyan is on clean-up duty, finds 3 kills consecutively. Now it's going to turn over to EnVy scoring, and that's what you always want to see from these top caliber teams. As soon as kills fall, 1, 2, 3, 4 kills, they are going to turn it into either points or flag caps. In this case, EnVy has turned it into points. Now we're going to see the rotation coming in from them, the BR base and the Nest, now in the hands of EnVy.
Right, now they're scoring. I love what we're seeing here, right? That's a sign of a championship team, right? And on the other side, if you're elevated and you're scoring and things are kind of quiet, you have to know the storm is coming, right? You know that there's going to be a push, and you're going to see players falling pretty quick. So a really good early back and forth between these two teams in game number 3.
Yeah, incredible movement from Saiyan again to avoid that scatter shot. Finally will be taken down after that killing spree. Now we're going to see both these teams move around the inside of the map. It looks like Elevate have the inside of the map at the moment. They are scoring. Nest and the BR base. And now you're going to see Sabinator moving towards that new railgun and the camo popping as well.
That's right, camo just in about 3 seconds. So they're going to stay right on these inner side of the map, just like you said, Onset. And Sabinator is going to go for the grab if he can. But no, they send Trippy, I think, who's going to be the one to actually grab that. Excuse me, L-Town is the one who jumps in and grabs that, as this game is essentially all tied up.
L-Town now looking to use the entirety of this camouflage. Trippy going to be battling. Oh, that was a big win there from L-Town. Had to hit those shots. That grenade from Trippy, dropping all of his shields. That would have been a great trade to get on the board. But now it looks like the rotation coming in from Elevate towards that Nest. And now L-Town set up on the overlook.
Well, he gets spotted a bit there.
Yeah, gets spotted, but he also spotted 3 players there from EnVy, so Elevate are going to know exactly where those respawns are coming in.
Look at that, and L-Town able to get the jump on every single one of these kills. He's going to pop back up and let his team know exactly where players are pushing, and now he's going to wait for players to kind of push out of bunker E2 to see if anyone swings around. Great patient play on the other side from L-Town once again. So despite this being a 2-0 match in favor of EnVyUs, some really good back and forth between these two squads throughout the matches.
Oh, and L-Town uses thrust a little bit too early for me, and I think he was looking for that beatdown, but didn't quite have the range. He was made to pay. However, Elevate are still going to be scoring at the moment. As TT used to say, currently the poor man setup, the Nest and the BR base. Arctic picking up a nice double kill here. 2 trades will come across the board. That's going to be 3 dead now for EnVyUs. Sabinator moving in, but look at those respawners. Absolutely focusing that fire onto Sabinator. Now they're moving towards the Nest, and that should be a conversion here for the guys on EnVy.
They know exactly where to look off a spawn. That's so big. On a game type like Strongholds Onset that you have to, it's so demanding, right? You need to know exactly where to go and where to shoot on every single respawn. So a team like EnVy, as soon as they spawn up from the corner, they know exactly where to lay down the shots while you have a player pushing open field, and that leads to the point swing here.
Yeah, Elevate are a strong Strongholds team. You know, they're not any pushovers. We just saw a pretty solid performance in game 1 and 2 from EnVy, but Elevate really showing what they're made of in this game number 3 here. They don't want to be going home 3-0. They want the opportunity to take this away, because if they can get that first seed away, remember, if Elevate win this, they're pretty much guaranteed the first seed in their group. So they're going to be trying desperately hard to pick up these wins. Sabinator picking up the kill with the railgun now. Arctic picking up a second. The camouflage dropping as well, and I think that's actually gone into the hands of L-Town. So Elevate set up for success here, as we have a tweet coming in as well from someone at home.
Yeah, L-Town actually went back open field to get to that camo. It took the long way home, but take a look at this tweet here coming in from Spyro. Looks like from Spain. Day 1 of the Halo WC Finals has been amazing, awesome games all around, and a huge shout out to all the casters who are making this event so awesome to watch. Thank you so much for the kind words. Too kind, Spyro. Thank you all for tuning in here on this day 1 of the Halo World Championship Finals.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Thank you again, Spyro, and everyone at home who's watching at the moment. It's a pleasure to have you on board watching this Halo. See, $1 million on the line this weekend is going to be a spicy one, to say the least. Now we're back to this game, 42-46. Once again, Elevate going to be scoring, and Sabinator seems to be doing quite a lot of work at the moment. Can't quite finish off that kill, L-Town, but the help does come in from his teammate Sabernator there. Let's move over to him as he's moving towards the nest, but EnVy do get that conversion, and it seems to be at the moment, both of these teams are trying to out-rotate each other, but it seems as soon as they do, they get out-rotated on again. Yeah,
L-Town, our other side of the G Fuel player matchup once again, and by the way, he's putting up great numbers this game. He's 10-3 in game number 3.
Yeah, 10-3, a very solid start. Let's see if he can close it out. Triple cap in effect for the first time in the game here for Elevate. They will take the lead off the back of this momentarily. You can see EnVyUs now with that triple cap, and it's not just the fact that triple caps allow you to score those points so much quicker. It also helps you so much with those respawns, being aware of where the other team are, because you saw there, Elevate had the triple cap, they see EnVy have to go back for that BR base. They then know that all players will be around that BR base, they can shut them down, and then there should be easy kills and points on the board for Elevate.
Yeah, Elevate, 3 players there in basement. You see they're going to be flying out right now, trying to get across the map on the EnVy side, but got to point out the slaying department right now. Elevate actually outslaying their opponents 33-31, and not a single player actually going positive. Actually, Sayan finally just went 10-9 on the EnVy side, so some good slaying from Elevate here.
Yeah, good slaying from Elevate, and that's exactly what they need to do, but total control momentarily in the hands of EnVy there for a second. So the turnaround from a triple cap on one hand turns into a triple cap on the other, and an uncontested camouflage there. So the triple cap not only playing into the fact that EnVyUs obviously was scoring points momentarily, but all those players were on respawn at the exact time that that camo came up. That's why you see Trippy steal away and get that one uncontested.
And of course he needs to stay alive here, but what a comfortable position for Trippy, right? They're scoring. They have the lead, and he can slow play this camo however he wants to make sure that they get the kills they need to maintain control.
Yeah, Elevator managed to get the nest though. So a good push coming in from them. Now Trippy has some decisions to make. Sees L-Town, spots him out, decides not to shoot him. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. Lands the back smack here. That's 1 kill on the board and also has white corner control. So if Trippy can control this area, this E2 area, you're going to see his teammates move towards that nest and potentially capture that one. But here comes the scatter shot player, but he's been put into the ground by Trippy with that grenade. Looking for more as well. Fantastic play from Trippy here. He's just completely opened nest up for his teammates. They turn it into points now. EnVy back into the lead.
Just when we think Trippy's not doing enough, right, with that camo, he just knows that he needs to lock down mid-hall and E2. That's exactly what he does. Sticks to scatter shot player, stays alive, gets 2 more players weak. Fantastic movement from him as he just anchors down this E2 spot.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job, but look how quickly Elevate have managed to steal back control of nest, and it looks like they're going to get basement as well. So for all of the good work that's just happened there for EnVyUs and from Trippy, Elevate have turned this around.
Yeah, really great objective rotations there from Elevate. Yeah, you saw that they knew that Trippy was staying alive there in E2, so instead they rotate around that, and really impressed with them in their late game. We haven't seen Elevate stepping up in the late game necessarily, but here we are essentially all tied up at the 75-point mark. Camo in 20 seconds.
Yeah, this is pretty much the game. The next set of engagements are going to be huge on this map. 2 kills falling for EnVy. Saiyan and Pistola getting on the scoreboard. Now you can see basement go into the hands of EnVy. It looks like they're making the move across the nest now. L-Town picking up that kill though, might delay it. This is going to be the battle for the nest coming up here. You're going to see Trippy. He's waiting right now with his scatter shot, waiting for that potential rotation through barrels. The camouflage has been picked up though by Sabernator, so this could be huge for Elevate.
Sabernator gets a clean camo. They're going to get a basement kill as well, so we're going to see Elevate potentially get a big swing here if they win these engagements.
3 kills fall consecutively here for Elevate. Camo still in Sabernator's hands. This should be an easy conversion, and not only that, it's going to be a momentary triple cap. They should look to push these players on the respawn as well. Looks like Elevate make the decision, weren't quite in position, so back up smartly. They should get the first kill in the team fight here. That's going to be Suspector cleaning up Boo Boo Doo Boo. This could well be the game going to Elevate if they play this one well.
Yeah, really nice stuff from Elevate. Sabernator just needs to continue playing this way. Look at this, and he gets the back as well. I love this. Discipline, slow play. Likely he's going to get a double here. Yes, indeed, fantastic stuff from Sabernator.
Sabernator showing patience in a pressure situation, the mark of a great player. Total control now in the hands of Elevate, and with just 6 points left to go, this one's looking like Elevate are answering back in this series.
And great shots right there. He's going to get the trade as the players are flying into basement. Sabernator might clean up all of these kills as well.
He's got the flank. He lands the beatdown, but that's going to delay it enough. I don't believe EnVy are going to be able to get in the stronghold in time, and it's going to be nothing happening because somehow EnVy stop it.
Crazier things have happened here, and looks like no, they will get the score, and that will be it. Elevate stays alive in our final series of the night.
What a performance from Elevate, answering back to the first 2 games that EnVy took. Great rotations from them and that camouflage at the end, Andy. We always talk about how power-ups can separate teams. Sabernator not only getting away with that, but the way he played that camo in a pressure situation cannot be underestimated.
And keep in mind, right when he got that camo, they did not necessarily have a comfortable lead at that point at all. But one thing I have to point out about that last camo is it was a clean grab. He wasn't contested at all. He was able to simply go to E2 and plan his attack. What that tells us is that EnVy did not have any sort of center control on the inside of the map to even challenge that camo. A big opportunity for Elevate, and they capitalize.
Yeah, here are the stats from the last game as well. Look at the amount of Stronghold captures coming in from Elevate as well. That, to me, just shows incredible objective rotations. It means that all players not afraid to get their hands dirty, get into those Strongholds, make sure that they're converting them, because if you're looking across the board there, for the first time, we've really seen them outslay that EnVy team.
All right, 52-48, they outslay them. So just by a few kills, but boy, did it ever make a difference on the scoreboard.
It did indeed, and we're going to now move into our game number 4 of the series as well. It's going to be Coliseum capture the flag, I believe, Andy. So another objective game type coming up here. Coliseum, obviously EnVy very strong on this one, but Elevate, one of those teams who have the ability to make this quite a messy game type. Yeah. Some unorthodox pulls coming in from the likes of L-Town and Sabernator. This could be a really tight game, and we could potentially see the first game 5 of the day.
Yeah, I think what we're going to need to see from them is really disciplined movement, right? Whenever there's a big opportunity on the map, say a power weapon, sniper or rockets, I want to see them setting up just as they did on that last game type, right? Don't just send one player, really move around this map as a unit, force the spawns, and get some quality flag runs.
Here we go then, game number 4, loading up in the background. You can see the lovely spinny cameras just looking at those flag pools. That's where you got to get the flag from. That's where you got to get it to. Simple as that. Elevate now. After answering back in this series, Sabernator with huge plays in the last game to send this one to a game number 4. We'll start with him as he's challenging these rockets.
Yeah, he's going to anticipate some pressure up here up top, and yes, indeed, that's exactly what's going to come. Going to be a pretty good trade there. So Sabernator and Saiyan had the same idea. They will exchange kills, so things will kind of reset on the rocket side.
Yeah, Suspector coming under pressure here, and unfortunately the pressure too much as he falls off the map. This is all going to be a battle for map control early on. You're going to see the sniper rifle still not been picked up, I believe. Pistola now making sure that no one can get their hands on those rockets. Now you're going to see with that kill moving in towards the base, but Sabernator again with a big kill on the map here. But Pistola, by staying alive, once again manages to turn on a swivel, get that kill. Now he's going to be pushing another player back here from Elevate.
Yep, 2 players died. Boo Boo died in the cave, I believe, which means that sniper rifle could still be down in that cave. I don't think anyone has actually picked it up just yet as we take a look across, but regardless of that, EnVyUs is going to try to start a fountain run.
Yeah, they are starting a fountain run. That was all of the players from Elevate falling there in consecutive deaths. Now Doobie moving this one across. Saiyan has the rockets. Trippy has the sniper rifle. Oh, this should be the first flag on the board here for EnVy.
This absolutely should be, no doubt about it. Boo Boo's going to bring that in, so gotta say, fantastic resilience. And by the way, Trippy's still racking up kills here from the cave, so they're getting ready for flag number 2.
Yeah, and this player has to poke because Saiyan's moving in as well to get that flag moving. Trippy takes down that player. He bodied with the sniper rifle as well, so consistent pressure on the board here. Make it a double. Can you make it a triple, Trippy? No, he cannot. Eventually, can he? No, he can't. Suspector puts him down. That was a clip being lined up there, but Suspector had other ideas.
And look at that. I have to point out that first flag cap, you had Boo Boo Doo die in the cave, likely from a rogue grenade from Rocket Corner as 2 players of EnVy died. They flew right back at the enemy's cave, pick up the sniper rifle, and continue running the flag. So they did not take no as an answer. Really great aggression from EnVy.
I just want to point out how difficult it was just say Trippy, triple. Like that was tough stuff. But anyway, Saiyan and Pistola pick up kills. Now we're going to see Saiyan moving towards the rockets again. You can see Suspector trapped on the BR side of the base, and that means that smartly flag going to be moved across the rocket side of the map. Booba Dooba gets taken down, so it looks like the overextension here from Elevate is going to be good enough to slow this run down, but a big stick here from Saiyan might keep that flag alive. However, it has been returned now. The score still stays at 1-0.
And this is the EnVy that we saw in games number 1 and 2. They're outslaying their opponents right now 23-14. So pretty good performance from them so far. It's only led to 1 flag, though. Next sniper rifle, 30 seconds.
30 seconds till that weapon. Most of the action has been occurring in the Elevate base at the moment. EnVyUs have had pretty much consistent pressure, to be honest with you, on that base. Pistola playing this one nice and patiently at the moment, as you can see, working around his teammates, but the fire that's coming in from Elevate is making his life so difficult. Known for his survivability here, somehow Pistola's still alive. Can he tee up? The ground pound almost gets the stick, but here comes the pull here. Sabernator picks up a double, that's 3 dead, make it 4 dead here as Elevator running the flag.
And they have an amazing round of slays there as they're able to bring that back. They've actually brought the slaying deficit down only by 3 kills now as they tie up the game 1-1.
L-Town puts that one home. Sniper rifle in the hands of Arctic, a beautiful body shot there, but the grenade will take him down. That's going to be 3 dead for Elevate. This is the risky thing for them. You see Pistola pushing in, but a fairly fortunate back flag spawn might give Saiyan a more difficult job than he would have expected pushing into the base. Sabernator once again with a double kill there. More kills on the board for him. It just seems like every time that we see him in the feed, he's picking up kills.
Yep, things are going to shift over to the open side of the map here on set, as we're going to have the Rockets coming up in just about 19 seconds at this point. Excuse me, in about 15 seconds we'll see those pop up. So everything's going to kind of move out there. Curious to see how these two teams will prioritize or not prioritize with those Rockets.
Rocket launcher in 10, as you say. Sniper rifle in the hands of Booba as well. Player that we highlighted before the World Championship Finals really got underway as a player that maybe we haven't seen the best of recently, and has the opportunity here, let's watch his point of view, to maybe silence some of the doubters by hitting a few headshots here and maybe clutching up to win this series.
By the way, that was L-Town who did get that rocket launcher, so we will keep an eye on exactly where that ends up falling after he was taken down.
Booba hits that body shot. Sabernator once again. He's actually found a triple kill Sabernator here, so last player alive, but Booba answers back with a double of his own. Just when a big play happens for Elevate, it's shut down immediately by Booba, hitting those couple of shots.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better right there. I mean, look at this, now landing shots all the way to the fountain, teeing up some miracle shots to the flag as well. But anytime a player gets a multi-kill on your side, but it's answered by a multi-kill from the other side, those almost cancel out entirely, and he's going to save his team so they can relax a little bit off the next respawn.
Yeah, he's playing this one slow at the moment. He's constantly getting pushed by Elevate players who, of course, have to get across the map. But these kills falling in consecutive occasions here is going to allow the envious players to push in now. It looks like the respawns are going to be coming on the elbow. Booba smartly there decides not to push in too far, because if he pushes that elbow situation, all those players aren't going to spawn. They're going to get split spawns, and it's just going to make that round of slays so much more difficult. But the round of slays is coming now from EnVy. The game is going to be moving into the last flag cap, because, of course, EnVy just put that one home.
And got to give credit off screen. You had Pistola, who was just hiding in the back of his fountain. So the first players that pushed down the sniper ramp, they found an awaiting Pistola who easily took down any player who had a chance of getting a flag pull or a flag stop. So really great teamwork all around on every corner of the map from EnVy.
Trippy on the killing spree, has help from a teammate as well. Disappearing around that corner to make sure that he survived a little bit longer. Of course, EnVy is now just one flag cap away from winning this series 3-1. Pistola cleans up that kill on L-Town. Booba with another one as well. Now you're going to see the push come in. 3 full here. Sabernator once again the last player alive here.
Look at that, pre-nading the rocket corner as well. Both weapons just dropped, by the way, on set, so those are going to come into effect on this run.
Yeah, Trippy, unfortunately, there just got caught on the flag stand. That little momentary stop there might cause a little bit of a problem. Has stopped that flag run, so little tiny moments like that make things a little bit more difficult, but Booba is making life very difficult for Elevate here as he picking up another nice double kill with his sniper rifle.
Got to give credit to Arctic, who went for a risky return out on the DMR. He's able to get that flag back, so that's going to buy his team a little bit of time to reset and give him one more chance. Keep in mind, this is do or die for Elevate. If they let this next flag go in, that'll be it, but if Boo keeps hitting these shots, it's going to be nearly impossible.
3 dead here for Elevate. The respawn is coming in! Boo lighting up the main stage here in Seattle. Another kill for him. Make it 2. Will he make it 2 eventually? He does. Now he's looking for more kills. The flag's moving back though, and EnVy close out the series. We asked questions of Boo halfway through that game and before the championships got underway, but what a way to close out the game. And what a Coliseum capture the flag performance from that young man.
EnVy looking so strong as they're going to close out this series with a fantastic result. And like you said, what a way to do it, as they're able to outslay their opponents, wait for this, 62-37 in the end of the game. At one point, EnVy was only outslaying their opponents 24-21 when Elevate put their first flag in, and it was a very different late game. Boo goes 17-7. Ouch.
That's all I can say about that slaying performance there. You can look at the stats on your screen at home. Trippy again topping things off. 17 kills, 13 assists, 11 deaths. But Boo, the way he was positioning himself with that sniper rifle, unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable plays.
The snipey hits on the player bottom middle and then hits the shot into the fountain against the bottom snipe flag post as the player's thrusting. Amazing work from Boo. I cannot wait to see what this guy and the entire EnVy roster have in store for the whole weekend.
Yeah, impressive from them to bounce back as well after that loss to Elevate in that game number 3. The way that they played that Coliseum capture the flag, to me, showed composure. Maybe something they've lacked a little bit in some of those previous games. But, I mean, what was the highlight play for you in that series?
I mean, Boo at the end was pretty darn amazing at what we saw from him. I'd have to say, the way they closed out that game, because when you have the 6-minute mark, you have both the rockets and the snipe coming up, and that flag's coming in. The fact that they were able to prioritize the flag run, killing the rocket player, landing those snipes, and grabbing the rockets. I mean, when you have your whole team doing that as the flag's being escorted back, there is no better feeling because you know everyone's firing on the same page.
And the final question to you, just before we throw it back to the desk to break it down. Elevate there, pretty strong performance in that game number 3, shown they can hang, but what are they missing a little bit, do you believe, from what you've taken away from that series with them?
To be honest, I don't know if they're missing that much. I think when you have a player like Trippy and a player like Boo putting up numbers like 17 and 70 and hitting snipes like that, you know it just as well as I do. There's very little that you can do. So I'd say really getting across the 50-yard line. You said it best, Onset. They were playing a lot of defense, right? They were playing a lot from their base. Everything was happening on the Elevate side. If they're going to want to win games, they need to be playing on the other side of the map and getting those key kills way past the 50-yard line.
Well, that is going to do it for our last game of the day here for day number 1 of the Halo World Championship Finals. Gentlemen on the desk, back to you for the final time. Over to you.
Fellas, and appreciate it there. What a game that was. EnVy, though, coming up with a win 3-1, but still, though, Elevate putting up some fight, which is what I had expected out of this team, honestly. But really, I think EnVy, they had their sights set on coming out first in the pool, and they achieved that goal here. Elevate very close to doing so, but we did see some signs of life out of that team.
I saw that EnVy, but like they had control of that series throughout most of that time. That's my feeling. But it was nice to see that Elevate really showed like what they can do. You know, they took a game off with, you know, Rick Strongholds. You said it yourself, actually. But it's one of those game types that's very difficult to actually take off, especially off a top 4 team. And I think throughout that whole series, there was some fight, there was some glimmer of hope that, you know, their top 6 placements, the last couple of events will be consistent. But, you know, tomorrow's going to be another day. So if we see this Elevate tomorrow and then push on further, then you never know what to expect.
Yeah, well, I did get word that we have Lottie down on the floor with an interview from one of the members of EnVy to get their reactions post-game. Lottie, what's going on?
I am indeed. I am here with Pistola. Now, Pistola, I hear that they call you the Wizard, right? Because you make magic happen. And yeah, guys, that's right. And that's exactly what you did today. I just do want to touch on a few things, though. So I did hear Onset say earlier on that sometimes with your team, you get a little bit shaky. Now, we did see a little bit of that 3-2 CTF Fathom, and then, of course, Strongholds didn't quite go your way. Why is it that in one sense you guys are dominating in the game and in the next sense you're a little bit shaky?
I mean, I can't speak for myself because I'm 25 years old, but you know, these guys are young guns and they're still figuring things out, and at the same time, I mean, hey, come on, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just, you know, once you get a little more experience and stuff, like, and we're a fresh team, so we're still trying to figure stuff out, but honestly, they just came out hot and they were playing really well, so that's pretty much what it was.
And of course, you guys have qualified for bracket play, so congratulations. It's one step closer to that championship. How are you feeling right now? Obviously, you're a little bit calmer. You've got the win. How are you feeling?
I'm really hungry. I just want to go get some food and then relax. Yeah. And then, you know, just get some good rest and step it up for tomorrow.
We've seen you guys put former Optic team, now Tox, into the losers bracket in Orlando. That was phenomenal. What do you guys need to do now to take that performance into this weekend?
Honestly, just be confident, and communication's key. Just using people's names and being receptive to any call out. So as long as we communicate well and we play confident, I think we'll come out hot tomorrow.
I love it. Ola, awesome work. I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope you have the best night eating all the food that you possibly can. Golden Boy, back to you.
Thank you so much, Lottie, for that one, and Pistola, and Trippy for the cameo there as well. So, yeah, go get some food. I think that's honestly what we all want to do.
Hooray for food.
I know I'm definitely...
I am a little bit.
The biggest cheer of the whole day.
A little peckish, a little famished.
Mate, yeah.
Biggest cheer of the whole day, by the way, went for Pistola saying food. I want food.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, because, you know, in that moment, right, you're like, oh, you know, I'm just hungry. You know, and then you're like, are you hungry to win? No, man, I'm actually...
Yeah.
I'm actually just really hungry. You know, it's painful.
Food brings people together.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the replays here for this game. But it was a rather close game to open it up, right? You know, Elevate swinging early on, but it was a counter at the end there that gave EnVy the win, Lethal. And EnVy, I think even though we went 3-2, it never really felt like EnVy lost control of that game.
Yeah, that's what I felt like as well, because we spoke about Elevate's communications as a whole, but now we'll talk about EnVy's. Now, even though they're 2-0 up, I mean, it was 2-1, then 2-2, you saw their cons were still passive, they're still calm, still very collective, and even extensively multiple occasions. So it was nice to see that because it shows the difference between cons between a top 6 and top 4 team. But it wasn't just that, it's the fact that there's a couple misplays. We saw Arctic there for Elevate where his map presence wasn't the best. But at the end of the day, you know, they showed up further on.
And then over to Plaza, where it was a Slayer matchup that went handily for EnVy. And it was a start that in the beginning of the game, really beginning of the game. We saw a pretty solid beginning here for Elevate, but then EnVy, once they got the lead, they just never really let go of it. And they are so good, Wonderboy, at just closing it out, especially against these teams that are sitting in that 6-8 bubble.
Yeah, they really are. And Trippy was a player who we highlighted before the series in our G Fuel player to watch. He was on point this entire series, to be honest with you. L-Town, the other player that we highlighted, really went kind of lacking. He had some solid games. For sure he did, but at the same time, it was Trippy on the other side that really just overshadowed him, right? I mean, on Plaza especially, Trippy really went off. This game wasn't the best of games for Trippy, but for the rest of the series, Trippy was really, really solid. Arguably the best player for Team EnVyUs, where in the past it's been a player like Saiyan or really big performances like Pistola that has stood out. This time, I really think Trippy is maturing into that player that Team EnVyUs needs to push them into that top 2, potentially World Championship winning team.
Absolutely, and like we stressed before, Trippy does have the individual skill to slay with the best of them. It's nice to see him finally starting to step into that role and really take over and go for the power weapons, and not only go for it, but dominate the game once he gets them. I really want to just stress on how I saw Saiyan just moving around the map, playing objectives. Saiyan, the entire series, was playing just good Halo, and I can't stress how important that is to winning a championship, is making sure that everybody's playing good Halo, not just getting meaningless kills, but being productive with your kills. And that's something really Saiyan stuck out there.
Yeah, you always have that conversation about like, okay, cool, you got kills, you know, you had a big game, you still lost. And what that tells me is that those kills just did not matter. They just did not result in that W. And there are a lot of garbage kills that we see take place quite a bit, right? Players just getting kills, and sure, it looks great on the scoreboard and the post-game Carnage report, just doesn't really lead to much there. Elevate, though, I do want to tip my hat to them, my invisible hat, because they had a really tough game in front of them with EnVy, and there were glimmers of hope for this team, whether it would be them being able to win Rig Strongholds 185, coming up really close in that Fathom CTF game to start. Elevate is a force in this group, and I don't know if they're safe. No, I don't. Yeah, they're not safe quite yet. They still have one more match to go. But I mean,
Vexed, I think.
But I mean, do you guys feel confident about Elevate making it into champ bracket?
Absolutely. Yeah. Something we saw out of you say we saw a glimpse of hope, and what we mean by that is like Elevate did a lot of small things really well in this series. When they got flag caps, it appeared as it was very easy. They didn't really choke on their flag grabs when they had control of the map, and they were able to get the caps. Now, what they need to step up and do is get the power weapons. They need to get themselves in positions more often to get flag caps, and I think against a team like Vex, they'll have plenty of opportunities to do so.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the pools now, starting with Pool A, and see where we are as soon as we're ready for that one, because currently, Splice and Straight Rippin have qualified for the champ bracket. Tomorrow, Splice will face off against Straight Rippin for the deciding matchup, who will come first and second into the champ bracket. That's going to be a great matchup. Straight Rippin are playing great Halo, but this is going to be the biggest challenge that they've had in this pool, without a doubt, in your Orlando and Columbus championship winning team with Splice. Moving forward, though, to Pool B, Tox have firmly secured themselves a spot in the championship bracket. Renegades and Wise will decide the second and third matchup in the pool. Both teams currently sitting 1-1. Unfortunately, the Australian team Mind Freak out of it. Harry?
Yeah, that'll be a really good game, actually, Renegades versus Wise, because we saw Renegades take a game off of Tox earlier, but Wise Gaming are a team that Renegades have been keeping their eyes on, in my opinion. You know, they're a team that could potentially take that bracket play spot away from the Renegades. I think it's really possible, to be honest with you. If Renegades come out slow tomorrow, it's a real possibility. They know they have to be firing in that first series of the day. Otherwise, they don't make top 8. They don't make the bracket.
That's going to be a nutty game. Looking forward to that one. But then if we move forward to Pool C, here we have Reciprocity, Oxygen Supremacy, EnVy, and Maestro. Maestro, unfortunately, they're going to be out of it, sitting at 0-2. But the match that everyone is looking out for, Lethal, is Team EnVy versus Oxygen Supremacy. And if you were looking at the games against Reciprocity as a barometer for how these two teams are going to square off against one another, things are going to be very interesting on Saturday.
Yeah, I think this is the one match out of all the group play games we really want to see. And you saw with EnVy as well, they were close to taking two. I feel like they should have taken those two games against Reciprocity, but when Oxygen Supremacy played against them, it was like a completely different. They got absolutely decimated. But the thing is, though, we can remember with EnVy and Reciprocity right at the start, that was the first match of the day, the first series, so things might have been a bit slow, and then Reciprocity afterwards managed to get things going. But you got to remember, if they're not playing tonight and they're playing tomorrow, it's a new day. So between these two teams, it's very, very close matchup. But, you know, I'm going to be biased. I just hope EnVy do well.
Hey, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Show some bias.
I'm fine with you being biased here, too, to be honest with you, because we didn't see anything at Oxygen Supremacy to really compliment today. I mean, they got thrashed. By Reciprocity, I'm sorry. And if they come to play against EnVy like that tomorrow, it's not going to work. I mean, this EnVy roster is too good for them to show up, for Oxygen Supremacy to come out flat tomorrow. They're going to have to change their entire
But
game.
hold on, though. Hold on, Harry, before you jump in. I gotta say this, though.
I'm holding on.
Orlando, EnVy, Fyra.
Yes.
EnVy had the capability to win that game, but Fyra were just on a streak. And Oxygen Supremacy, you know, it's a new day. They could shake off whatever it was that was kind of rattling them today. And EnVy have really struggled under pressure in the past.
I will add a caveat to that, in that that is the single worst I have ever seen EnVy play at a live event, was the Orlando Global Open. They played horrendously. They were not the EnVy that we're used to seeing regularly. So hopefully, like you say, it's a new day tomorrow. Potentially really should have taken 2 games off of Reciprocity today had circumstances changed. And I'm hoping they continue in a similar vein tomorrow against Oxygen Supremacy, because if they do, it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I'm pumped. It's going to be a good match. You don't want to miss that one. But then our final pool, which was Pool D, just saw EnVy go up against Elevate. EnVy, they are clear. They are going to the championship bracket. The matchup tomorrow will be Elevate versus Vexed. And Vexed, they just did not look very strong, but honestly, did Elevate as well? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is this match a toss-up, Lethal? Am I crazy?
I wouldn't even say it's a toss-up. Maybe before I would say, you know, with Vex it's just a glimmer of hope, but against EnVy, they got absolutely destroyed in every single game. I think the scores were nowhere
so you feel like
near
Elevate
close.
fared better.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw with Elevate then, they put up a really good fight. You know, they could have taken that to Game 5 if they worked on their Coliseum CTF in terms of how much they were hesitating in that. So I'm really hoping now that with Vex, I think they are going to be seriously worried, especially watching that last series, because you don't know what can happen. If they're playing that well against EnVy and they actually go into the next day and play against Vex the same way, then Vex could be looking to going home.
Oh boy.
Said earlier it was 35%. I'm going to take that down to about 20%.
Yeah,
maybe 10?
Maybe 10, maybe
You need to take
5.
that down to about 9 to 8.
Wow.
This Elevate roster, I mean, even though we did just watch them lose, they showed me a lot of good things. Like, they know how to play correct Halo when they have control. And I think they'll, like I was saying earlier, I think they'll find themselves in good positions against Vex most of the series. And I think they'll roll with it. I'm going to predict a 3-1 early.
Okay, I didn't even ask him, and he's already
throwing
just
predictions out. All right.
I respect that. I respect
Let's move
that.
on.
I believe, do we have the bracket? I don't know if we necessarily do. We do have the bracket. Oh, so here we go. So it is going to be, interesting stuff here. So Reciprocity and Tox are on the same side, and then Splice and EnVy are on the same side. Boy, this This is going to be, this is setting things up quite lovely for the champ bracket there. And whoever comes second in Pool C,
Infused and Noxian Supremacy
will have to go up against Splice tomorrow. So that certainly doesn't set you up. That's somewhere you just don't want to be. So I guess top 8. It's like top 8.
There you go.
It really is that top 4 that has really just shown that they're leagues and bounds above everyone. I mean, all top 4 teams looked pretty dominant here today. I mean, you could be placed anywhere. You could be that second team coming out of the pool anywhere, and you got your hands full with any of those teams.
Very true. You know, we saw a lot from our top 4 squads. Let's take a look at the schedule, though, and the matches that will come tomorrow. So we're going to start it off with a great match. It's going to be Splice versus Straight Rippin'. Straight Rippin' always seems to open up the day. Nice way to start up some Halo. And then the matchup that everyone is excited about, Oxygen Supremacy versus Infuse. After that, we will have Renegades versus Wise Gaming. That could be another huge upset. And then Elevate versus Vex. And while Clutch has already called the matchup for Elevate, you never know who's going to show up for some Saturday Halo. Some good matches tomorrow, gentlemen. Some good matches.
Some good matches there, definitely. I'm just very grateful that the Oxygen Supremacy versus Infuse game is going to be early on for my guys back in Europe. I know everyone's probably asleep right now, okay? Time zone difference is kind of tricky.
The real ones are still awake.
For sure.
Okay.
You're a real one.
Right now. Exactly.
I see you.
Exactly. And there you see the Platinum Rec Code. Champs await. That's it, right there. Platinum. I give it to you. Like candy. All day here in the desk.
He has nothing to do with it.
I actually have no. It's in our schedule. Final thoughts, Clutch, for today?
Like I can't stress it enough. Top 4 teams really showed out today. Really showed why they're the top 4 seeded teams coming into this. I can't wait till the second round of championship bracket. I expect all of them to advance.
Yeah.
And when those series start happening, that's when the fireworks are going to start coming, and the players are going to really show who's here to win the big prize.
And Lethal, final thoughts for you, my friend.
Those 4 matches, you got the first time Splice were actually playing against a top 8 and top 16, but all 3 of those other matches, they're all fighting for second place. So every single match is so crucial. So we're going to be seeing literally who's going to go out for third for top 12 and who's actually going to get top 8 for double elimination. So those 3 matches, mate, I'm so excited.
And you know what? I misspoke. I did say Splice had that top spot, but it is not guaranteed. It is not guaranteed. Straight Rippin' could win it and throw all of this for a loop. And then from there, we're in another Columbus situation all over again. But Clutch just simply does not believe.
Yeah, if Stellar goes to the hospital again, it might happen.
He just doesn't believe.
As a Straight Rippin' fan,
doesn't have positive.
I can make that happen. Just leave it with me.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Whoa. I knew that the British trained secret agents. I knew it.
The thing is, we have the NHS back in the UK, so, you know, it's no big deal. I remember you guys don't have that out here, so...
Yeah.
You know,
oh, dear Lord.
Have
Okay.
insurance.
Well, that is going to do it for us here. And we have had a blast for day 1 of the Halo World Championship 2018. It has been incredible. We had an incredible crowd. MLG knocked it out of the park with the arena. The crowd's been amazing. Everyone's been having some fun. We even got to see some excellent signs. Hopefully we get some more tomorrow, as well as some amazing Halo. The top 4 teams certainly did not disappoint, but tomorrow it is all about qualifying for the championship bracket. Who will it be? Who will advance to the money matches? Because that is where history will be made, and we want you guys to join us there. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time, because we have plenty more Halo action live from Seattle.